Hello guys, today is actually December 12th, and actually decisions for our class of 2025 were released yesterday, December 11th. So if you are one of those lucky people who actually got admitted to Johns Hopkins University, I congratulate you. You know, it's a huge accomplishment that you were able to perform. I'm sure a lot of people are proud of you, and you should be as well, because Hopkins is a hard school to get into. So the fact that you got in, you deserve a pat on the back and a congratulations. I'm actually making this video not only to congratulate a lot of you who actually got accepted, but to highlight a little bit of my experience, and maybe if you're still undecided on whether to apply or even attend Hopkins, maybe this video will enlighten you a little bit and make you either give the go ahead to Johns Hopkins or maybe move on to another school that better fits you. Essentially, my first semester is almost done. I actually just have one essay to finish and two exams that are coming up in the next 2 weeks, which I am about done with. All I have to do is just study for those, and I would be set to go and finishing my first semester. And so one of the things that I would like to highlight with me coming into Hopkins is the major difference that probably a lot of you are also gonna end up experiencing, not even in just Hopkins in general, but college throughout. Such a big transition going from the way or the structure of learning that we have in high school going into college. One of the major setbacks that I had was that I didn't really have a lot of time management skills. But going into Hopkins, and because I had this brilliant idea of taking up 18 credits during my very first semester of college, especially during this global pandemic and online learning and all this stuff, I ended up needing to, or necessitating, those time management skills, and so I ended up developing them out of a necessity to do that. Hopkins, as many of you probably know, is, or one of the stereotypes of Hopkins is that it's super hard school to get into, and that not only that, but a lot of the classes are really hard, and the people here work more than they party, which from what I've had overall, or the experience that I've been able to get, is somewhat true. It's like any other college, but Hopkins especially, we have a lot of work. If you're coming here, you're going to be expected to perform at a good level, and by that I don't mean you have to excel at everything. You don't have to get straight A's or anything, but there is a lot of work that you're going to need to do, especially if you take as many credits as I unfortunately or foolishly did during my first semester. But Hopkins is such a great school to be able to grow and learn through a lot of that necessity to learn, essentially. Right, you're going to be put into hard classes, but those hard classes are going to make you grow faster than otherwise. One of the things that I also wanted to highlight was that, a lot of people take Johns Hopkins as a very competitive school. Not even just the admissions process, but being in the school in and of itself, which can be a little intimidating for some people to get into. But I'm happy to announce, or I'm happy to say, rather, that at least from my experience, me being in the CS major, of course, I don't know how competitive you can think a CS major can be, but at least from what I've gotten from my experience, not as competitive as people make it out to be. Throughout a lot of my classes, I've had help from various, not only teachers and CAs, but other students doing basic things, and I've actually gotten the sense that it's not as competitive as a lot of people make it out to be. There's a great community behind a lot of the courses that you're going to be taking, a lot of the clubs that you might want to get into. It's a super supportive community filled with so many incredible people, from the teachers to the students to everyone involved with Hopkins, and it's such a great tool to grow and learn. At least from my experience, especially during this whole COVID thing, it's been really tough, especially to learn remotely. But I feel like, at least from what I've seen, Hopkins has been able to do a pretty good job. I finished my first semester, and it looks like I passed all my classes so far. Of course, I need to take the final exams for 2 classes and finish my final essay for my expo writing class. But overall, my experience has been pretty good. I've been able to succeed in my home environment, which is also a great privilege that I have, that I know a lot of people don't have that ability to be able to learn at a desired level within their home environments, which is also a reason why a lot of people are actually going to be on campus next spring or the upcoming semester. Hopkins actually made great efforts to get people back on campus, and so that's really cool. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be one of those people that goes back to, or goes to campus rather, because I have a pretty good setup right here at home. I don't really need a lot of stuff, and especially with the global pandemic that's going on, I feel like for my safety at least, it's better for me to stay. In case something happens, or until this whole thing normalizes and we're able to go back completely safely. Hopkins being a really great research and medical school as well, is also a super good thing. They're going to be performing a lot of tests, which is really good. But unfortunately, like I said, I'm not going back. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say. My semester so far has been pretty good. I've met a lot of cool people, especially in clubs, which is something that you might be interested in. There's a ton of clubs. You can be involved in so many ways with Hopkins. You can do sports. You can do cultural clubs. I'm actually in this really cool club that just started. It's called the Futurism Club. So if any of you decide to, get into Hopkins or attend Hopkins and are looking for something cool to do, the Futurism Club is just, sort of like going around and talking about different things. One of the things I really enjoyed about that club is actually being able to talk to so many people with different backgrounds and different ways of thinking. It really opens your eyes to the many ways people perceive different issues and different ideas for how the future could be done and how different technologies could be implemented. So it's really cool, and if you want to, you can check out the Futurism Club later on when we actually have a website and it's a little bit more set up. Yeah, I guess that's also one of the pros at being able to come to Johns Hopkins, is that ability to hear so many different voices coming from many different places in the world. As you know, Johns Hopkins actually has a pretty decently sized international student body. And so if you want to learn about other cultures, if you want to, be inspired by other people and be pushed forward, that's also one of the things that I really like about Hopkins. Great academics, hard academics, yes, but rewarding at the same time. Lots of connections, lots of great people to make connections with. And at least from what I've seen, the staff and the professors actually like what they do. They are passionate about their learning and their teaching and all the research that they might or might not do. And so yeah, if you decide to ever attend Johns Hopkins, I would highly recommend it. Again, congratulations to the class of 2025, which the first wave of those people actually got accepted yesterday. So congratulations to you guys, a huge accomplishment. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you're able to pursue your dreams, go to college, do all these things, and if you're able to, come to Hopkins and, be a part of hopefully a great community that is able to do so many things for the world. And, yeah, thank you guys. See ya.